They don't call it the biggest and baddest NASCAR racetrack for nothing, folks. She's big, she's fast, 34 cars, 3 4-wide racing. Chances of the big one? Oh, you got yourself a fun race for you guys. Welcome to Talladega Superspeedway for the running of the Geico 500. Weather here is overcast right now. The sun is supposed to pop out later today. However, it is currently overcast in certain spots. There was some talk of rain in the area, but those talks have subsided as it's a little past noontime right now here in Alabama. Let's look at your starting lineup. In row 1, we have the Jimmy John's Kick and Ranch Ford and the Gear Wrench Chevrolet. Starting today from row 2, we have the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet and the Wix Filters Ford. Starting today from row 3, we have the Pennzoil Ford and the Duracell Ford. Starting from row 4, we have the M&M's Caramel Toyota and the Nationwide Insurance Chevrolet. Starting today from row 5, we have the Fifth Third Bank Ford and the Peak Toyota. Starting today from row 6, we have the Ortho Fire Ant Killer Ford and the Quick Lane Ford. Starting from row 7, we have the FedEx Express Toyota and the DeWalt Toyota. While we go through the rest of the field, let's mic up Dylan Murway. Hey Dylan, this is Darryl Waltrip here up in the Fox booth. You got us? What's up? Yeah, what's up, DW? I mean, people really seem to point to you as the restrictor plate master. What tips have you learned from some other drivers that you can use in today's race, and can you keep your car out front? Honest, like I was talking to Matt Yoakum yesterday about this, and I basically told him these kind of races, especially since we brought the same car here from Daytona that we ran, and there. And it's a crapshoot. I mean, anything can happen. You can be up front and get involved in a wreck, or you can be in the back and get involved in a wreck. So anyways, what we're going to do is, luckily we have our teammate nearby, so I'm going to start in front of him today and have him push me down in front of the one. So there's that. Our Jimmy John's Kick and Ranch Chevrolet is pretty good, actually. Hopefully we'll keep the car out front and hopefully away from the big one. All right, so let's go ahead and mic up. Look at our 6 onboard cameras today from Talladega. Obviously, Grayson Alceptor, the Gear Wrench Chevrolet, the onboard. Down low, Dylan Murway, Jimmy John's Ford up top. He's got the Kick and Ranch on board. Xavier Sadresco with the Quick Lane on board today. Jacob Tube with the Hooters on board. Remember, if Jacob Tube gets a top 10, you get free fried pickles from any local Hooters. Or if Jacob Tube can pull a win today, you will get free buffalo wings from Hooters. And the other 2 on boards, you have Nate Sherman in the 48 starting towards the middle, and Hunter Miller with the Shazam on board today, starting out back. So the race menu and keys to today's race, obviously, keep your car out of trouble as much as you can. And there's times there's really nowhere to hide here at Talladega. Like we were talking to Dylan Murway when we mic'd him up on the pace lap. He said that everything can happen. Anything can happen. I mean, you can be out front and a wreck can happen behind you, or you can be the catalyst to a wreck. As we go back to Daytona earlier this year, Dylan Murway was pushing the 12 Menards Cup Series, one wrong push, and sent him into a big crash and a wild tumble, actually. So, I mean, anything can happen at this place. When does the big one strike? Like we said, it can strike, first lap. We can send these cars down into turn one and they don't even make a lap and boom, you have a big wreck. Anything can happen. So when it comes to drafting, we talked about this at Daytona as well. Try to line like with like cars. I mean, as you look in the outside lane, Dylan Murway did a really good job orchestrating this because he gets to start on the outside today because he's the pole sitter. He's going to start with where there's two Fords behind him. If you have two Fords and two Chevys behind, I mean, especially later in the race when deals go out the window, the more like makes you get behind a car, behind you on a restart, the better chance you have because it's more horsepower. Well, DW, reach up there, pull them belts tight one more time. Oh, she's big, she's fast. 3 and 4 wide, fans on their feet. Glad you can come out here at Talladega today and boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Almost was like, looked to me like that start I was talking about earlier between the 4 and the 14. It actually worked perfectly in his favor because he got way out in front. So he's back with the 1, so he can stop their momentum. Then right here, down on the top side, on the bottom. Now, what Dylan needs to do in terms of blocking is he needs to be careful. The guys that are running those 2 lanes, like going 2, 3 wide, right now, as you see, there's a 3rd lane forming in the back of about maybe 5, 6, about 7 cars. Here's the 83 jumps up top. The problem here is you need to manage all lanes of traffic here. Because you miss a run because you're stuck on the bottom. You go up top and you get 2 or 3 cars linked up like the 14 and 12. And it's usually going to be a pretty bad mess. Dylan's playing smart right here. He's really learning how to manage both lanes. He's got they're almost 3 wide in the back here. You see the 17 try to make something happen up top. Looks like that doesn't seem to work out very well as he's going to drop back a few spots. As you look at on board the 9 of Jacob Tube right here, he's pushing the 1, and you see what the 14 is doing. He's staying tight with those 2 cars on the bottom here. When you stay tight, see that side draft, you're applying a lot of force to the 2 cars below you, especially up towards the front. You see guys like the 19 and the 22 doing it. As you look down the backstretch, that's the bat cam that going to be used this weekend. You can see it is tied to a tether, and it goes down the backstretch at about half the speed that these cars are going right now. Vince, got any word on the 12? Or 17, I'm sorry. Well, Mike, you see, Dylan Alvin Alonso got in the rail, jumped to the top, and he's got two Chevys behind him. They are shoving each other right now, trying to see if they can get some momentum going to get back to the front. As he did say, during a meeting Friday night at a local Alabama Applebee's, Jack Roush and all Stewart Haas drivers got together and basically told them if a bunch of us are near each other, we need to work together today. Because, in fact, yesterday, fun fact, during the only session, which unfortunately ended in a crash, and it looks like we got a third lane going. Jacob Tube got to look way sideways here with the 22. That was almost big. Already 3 wide here at Talladega as we come out of the tri-oval. Bunch of cars in one huge group waiting for a slip. Coming to the line right here. Comes back down. Looks like we're still green. Still, wow. A lot of crazy moves. I mean, could you see a lot of this developing, it looks like? Yeah, moments ago, things got a little hairy between the 16 and the 78. Watch this. Ooh, things got a little squirrely. Could you say that? And you see the 14 way up to the top side, trying to stop a run. And that might not have been a smart idea because look at this. Three wide, can he do it? A lot of cars trying to push each other. Oh, there they go. We got one around. And there it is. It's the big one. Oh, man. And half the field is going to get caught in this. This one. Oh, damn it. Oh, my. Who is that? Who was that wrecking down there? They're still wrecking. Oh, man. Well, folks, this is a fine mess down here. Wow. Oh my God. That is a fine mess down here. There's Hunter Miller in the 24. Jacob Tube in the 9. A lot of damage to the front of his car. So, wow. I mean, you knew everybody was basically stuck on top of each other in that group. Something had to give. And a lot of torn up cars. Sports Center Cup Series. Stuck up top. Up on the inside wall, outside wall. Grayson Alcevedo and KFC Cup Series were catalysts in this crash. So the red, by the way, they're going to wave the red because there is so much torn up cars down here. You see teammate Zach Speed. Wow. All five. This is exactly what we talked about. All right, you're on fire, bud. Stop and get out. Stop and get out. This is exactly what we talked about. 4 of the 5 Joe Gibbs cars were involved in this crash. The only car that is left standing right now is Caleb Hoffman. He's sitting in 6th right now. So you see cars going down pit road. The 18 of Joshua Leanbatch has brought his car onto the backstretch where he has parked it. Same with Jonathan Morrison. And the second half of this crash, 4 cars from the second half of this incident, they are sitting stopped on the back. Right now they're all stopped. Okay. And you see the damage to Joshua Leanbatch. I mean, as soon as the 14 hit him, didn't look like much on the right side, but the list of cars right now, of the 34 that started, there's only about 15 that did not receive damage in this incident. So as we get the list of cars, they are revealing them now. So obviously a lot of damage to the 9, actually. Worse than we thought. Because as soon as the 14 hit, it buckled up the right front fender. So he's going to be down on pit road. Same with the 18, 43, 24, and 2. So, and the 3 car as well. Look at this. Watch. So if you count the 9 car, there's 20 cars have damage in this accident. And half of those cars are trying to get repairs. As they are down on pit road. And there's only 14. 22 cars are able to continue. Add 12. This is exactly what we talked about. When you get 34 cars in a tight pack, inches apart, one slip can essentially end the day for multiple people. So, red flag is out at Talladega for a roadblock of cars getting torn up. And there's updates. The 6 is trying to get Stone may continue the race. And
arms okay? You leg, you head? Give me some numbers. That's how you do it. You good, dude? Your arms okay?
so the red flag has currently been lifted. And I think just got word that the 78 will be making the trip to the garage. So that takes it down to 21. And it looks like same with the 42 as well. There were a lot because 42 stopped at the entrance. So we're down to 20 cars. So 14 cars will be out. So there's going to be 20 cars that are going to continue. 20, yeah, I think 20. And a lot of these, about 80% of these cars, so 20 cars are left right now. Let's break this down. 20 cars are currently running right now. 14 of them are currently running without damage. So 21 cars are currently running. So while we get ready for this next restart, let's see if we can. Let's go ahead and look at our tickets to the race. Next Friday at 5 will be on next Friday we will be at Richmond 1 o'clock Eastern for Cup practice. Anyways, so at 3:30 will be practice 2, and then qualifying will be at 6 o'clock Friday night on FX, and then Saturday. Day at 6 Eastern will be FS1's NASCAR race day and the pre-race show, and then at 4:30 you can tune over to Fox for the Pizza Hut pre-race show FX for the pre-race show presented by Toyota, and then at 7:30 Eastern you'll catch the Toyota Owners 400 from Richmond. So we go a big track, short track, big track, short track, and a road course next week out in Boulder. That'll be fun. I guarantee that. There's actually rumors that it's going to sell out in Boulder in a couple weeks. Right now. So, pace car is off. The 7 cars that are damaged have actually joined the pack somehow. We'll be back racing. Green, 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 green. All right, green flag here. Green. 2 wide, 2 wide, 2 wide, 2 on 2, 2 on 2. 2 high, 2 low. All right, 2 high, 2 high. 12's really backing up here. Boy, that 12 car did not get a good start at all that time. He's getting passed by pretty much passed by the 88 as Dylan Murway goes back to the point. Here comes Apollo Moon trying to getting a push from Hunter Rizzoni. Cars are currently 2x2 pushing each other. They're locking on. Still there. And Apollo Moon to the point. It looks like Dylan's trying to make a 3-wide move. This could get a little dicey. Trap middle. All right, middle. Dropping back. Back right here. Back. All right, back. In fact, there's actually a second group forming the back, and it's 99% wrecked cars that were involved in the first big wreck. And that move earlier with the 80 that the 88 and the 4 tried to do, that didn't pay off at all. So now you got Hunter Rizzoni back on point. We got the second group. They're on a tight pack back there. Oh, trouble. There they go. Got 2 in the wall. One of them sliding. Oh, that's a shot. That's Peyton Beasley in the 6. Hard into that inside wall. All right, caution's out here. Caution's out. Caution. You all right? Hard. We hit hard. I was paying attention here, looking at the back of this group towards where the 24 and the 6 were, and it looked to me like something happened. Actually, the 6 came across the nose of the 3 trying to block. And you have 2 hard hits. Peyton Beasley took a wicked shot. Somehow missed hitting that area that juts out. He hit the wall past that. So, wicked shot. That car is junk. So, you see Peyton Beasley is currently, window net is down. He is in the car trying to get his breath back. Because when you hit a wall that hard, sliding that fast, it's a bad deal. Usually pretty bad. Then the 15 hits the wall. So looks like he's got some damage to fix here. 4 laps to go. We got 10 laps today here at Talladega. So, as somebody in the top few rows or so, what do you do? I mean, what's your strategy here? I think at this point, if you're somebody like the 7 of Chris Washer, you better be getting with Joshua Mullins, a spotter Menards Cup Series right now, because he's going to be pushing you, and you don't want to drop back now because again, like we talked about, there's nowhere to hide at this place. Here we go. 5 laps to go here at Talladega. We are green. I think everybody is just push whoever you can at this point, because you may not be working with these guys in the next probably corner or so. Back. Come on back. Oh, bit of contact. 55-22 trying to bowl his way through. 21 had to change lanes. There's more contact at the back with the 83. Now looks like there may be some smoke off of one of these cars. Looks like 83 in the right front. Hunter Rizzoni still getting pushed out front. Looking further back. Get away from the 83, guys. This could get big. Look at this. Menards Cup Series still getting a push from that 12th car. Look at that. 3 to go. We are inches away from another wreck right here, it looks like. Whoa. And around goes the 7. Low. Get low if you can. Low. Oh, we got somebody late in that. hard. That was ugly. So another crash this time. Is Chris Washer gets turned by the 12 in front of a whole group of cars. There are at least. Then the 7 came down and gets clobbered by the 17. A8, Palamoon sliding to a stop in the grass. Wow. So now we're going to wave their second red flag of the day. Here, just getting to 2 to go. We could have had one heck of a finish right here between the 7 and the 12. I mean, that's the problem when these guys lock bumpers, is sometimes they don't let up. I mean, you're late in the race, you're trying to help the guy in front of you, but doesn't look like Chris Washer's too happy. The 19 and 22 have taken their cars straight to the garage. So you can add five more to the list of torn up cars. And this is who's left right now. These are the cars that are left running here. We started this race with 34. I mean, that's the way these races are nowadays. They just turn into huge wars of attrition. And now you don't even... Now, half the time, it's just survival. Of the 34 that started this afternoon, 15. Yeah, that's right. 15. 1-5. Cars are running right now. Because, yikes. Here we go. Folks, overtime, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Good start here. With 41. Almost looks like don't think the 83 was going that time. Remember the rules are for overtime. If the leader makes it to the white, the race is over. 83 gets back going here. And how about Hunter Miller with a nice push from the 3? He's got one heck of a push going. All right, push him here, guys. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Jacob 2 trying to make a third lane. And in the middle. Block. Rizzoni to the bottom. The 83 has gotten his car back going. Here we go. Car sliding through the grass. It's the 2 cars sliding through the grass. That is the 9 and the 25. Do we get the wave the yellow? Half. Wow. 25 coming to rest. Oh, he hit something on pit road here. 25 car went for a hell of a slide. So it looks like we're going to be going to a second overtime. So this brings into the question, who has enough fuel? I mean, we talked about it earlier. Looks like maybe the top 4 may have to are good on fuel, provided we don't get another overtime restart. If we do, well, this could be fun. 25, done. So now we're down to 14 cars on the lead lap right now as we speak. $14 cars. And surprisingly, after all these cautions, we've only had about, this is our 4th yellow. See if I can take it to the same right. What the? Damn it. So right now, overtime 2, you see there's cars in the back going to try to get fuel. So now we're down to 10. So 4 cars came for fuel this time, this past restart. So, overtime number 2. Well, now, folks, we got 14 cars. Gonna make it around to the white. I foresee another wreck here. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna see some wrecks. Jacob Tube trying to make something happen here. Hunter Miller trying to push Rizzoni here on this restart. The 3 trying to get a push from the 4. And look at this, trying to make a nice move on the bottom. On him here. Everybody 3 wide. Make that move. Come on. Get that push. Big push, bro. Come on. Big push coming. 3 wide for the lead. Back to the point. Back to the point. Out of turn 4. The entire Alabama State crowd is roaring right now as we come to the white. Morrison trying to go 4 wide at the white flag. Oh, this could get big. This could get big. Come on, get back up, get back up. Everyone still pushing, crowd on their feet. How are we not wrecking right now? Oh, the 18's around. Still green. Still green. Come on, get back up, get back up, get back up. The 9 right in front of the field. The car's spinning at the back. Never mind, green's still out. Everyone trying to get all they can. And just like in the Daytona 500, we have a crash. The back, crash to the back. Car's still green. Car's still green. Oh, caution. Race is over. Dylan Murway has won this race. In one of the biggest, probably craziest crash fests that anybody could see. Now, the reason they called the caution here is because there is a car that sustained heavy damage that is sitting here at the bottom of turn 2, just rolled down and is smoking. So they need to get the ambulance out to What If Racing. He was one of the cars that was caught in a crash. Great job today, guys. Oh, boy. We're taking Sunday off, right? Wow. Yeah, wow. Just wow. We had 34 cars that started. Half of this race was under caution. So, now, 2 red flags, 2 overtime restarts, crazy 4-wide racing at the white, a 2-car crash at the back. So, of the 34 that started, here are the 12 that finished. Okay. Only 7 cars did not sustain damage. So here are the 2, the 55, 29, 21, 41, 12, and the 4. The rest of these cars sustained damage somehow in one of these races accidents. And, oh boy. Cars everywhere. I'm sorry, the 15. Yeah, the 15 was part of one of the accidents. There was about a good $250,000 lost in profits today because of how torn up these cars are. Obviously, we had that 20-car wreck early on that really basically narrowed this race down. And then we had cars get taken out separately, obviously, the 6 and 15. But there are reports that Peyton Beasley is at a Alabama hospital. He is okay after the hit with the 6. We want to make everybody aware of that. Unbelievable crash. There were cars just, wow. If you look in the garage right now, it's a junkyard. So, let's look at the unofficial results. There were 5 cautions today for about 8 laps.
Come on, baby. I need this. Nothing. Come on. Dude, have you...
Let's go ahead and look at the unofficial results. Today at Talladega, obviously Dylan Murray survived a crash-filled race. So he's 2 for 2 on restrictor plate races this year. He started 2 of them. He could be a threat come Daytona when the series schedule shifts over to NBC.
I'm a one-way motorway. I'm a road that drives away, follows you back home.
There's the rest of the field.
I'm a streetlight shine man.
There's at least half the field caught up in this crash and some of these crashes today. Only about 14 cars, 24 were caught in crashes, were taken out. 20 cars were in crashes today. Man, look at this. Dylan Murray's car is like the only one that seems like it's the only one that stayed out front most of this race when literally half the field was caught up in crashes. Shockingly enough. So we go to Richmond next Saturday. Bunch of Saturday races coming up here on Fox and FX. Obviously, the road course at Boulder Valley. Qualifying will be at 10 a.m. that morning, so that'll be fun. So long from Talladega, folks.